Hello and a warm welcome to the program. I'm Melinda Akinlami. On today's episode, creative arts students from the University of Lagos celebrate their ingenuity and hard work. Then fashion and art meet at this gallery also in Lagos. We'll enjoy that and more in a moment. Do stay with us.
My goal is to liberate women folk from the shackles of deprivation and taboos.
Becoming More is a group exhibition by a visual art class in the Department of Creative Arts at the University of Lagos.
The Madhouse within the premises of the University of Lagos has always been the venue for creatives to exhibit their art and crafts, and this show is no different. As students from a set in the visual art class within the Department of Creative Arts in the institution showcase their latest works in this exhibition.
Becoming More is an exhibition of the 200-level students of the visual arts unit of the Department of Creative Arts in University of Lagos. This is just a course called Curatorial Practice. And at this point in time, we've gone out to explore all possibilities in showing the students all the protocols of staging an exhibition, from preparation of whether painting, sculpture, ceramics, textile, and the commerce of art. This is what this course is all about.
The works of art are a blend from paintings, sculptural pieces, textile, and more in order to make a statement.
The title of my work is Educate the Girl. It's basically about educating, giving an opportunity to those girls in the rural areas of Nigeria a chance at education, because I feel it can push Nigeria forward and bring it out of the dark to a brighter future. So females should not be segregated when it comes to education. They should also be given a chance to be educated, because it will help the future and the growth of Nigeria.
This is an image of a squirrel, and I titled this work Out of Treasures, Tales of Survival and Abundance. I was inspired by the squirrel because squirrels have a very distinctive features of skipping their food during the dry season, and during the rainy season they eat the food they have kept during the dry season. So it's talked about when you are work when you are young, so you know work when you are old. It's talking about time and season, talking about time of plentiful, time you have and time you don't have. So when you are young, that you are active now, you have to work, and when you are not active, when you are old, you will reap what you work. So I want to be everyone to be like a squirrel that will keep their food when they are young and they have time to work, and when they are old, they will have enough to eat.
The title of my painting is Muse, and it's all about self-introspection and realization. So I couldn't find a better reference photo to use other than myself, so I had to do a photo shoot of myself, and I used it for my painting. So it's all about self-reflection and realization. The piece is talking about me thinking about whether I'm actually making the right decisions in my art, my career, whether I'm actually hanging out with the right friends, whether I'm actually networking right. It's just, I want viewers to always, like, when they see this piece, to like take a step back and actually think about the decision they took last minute and ask themselves those questions that people tend to shy away from, and like actually tell themselves the truth, whether they're actually doing the right things or on the right track. So basically the piece is all about asking oneself questions and reflecting and introspecting on one's mind and everything.
My work is actually feminism. I'm trying to bring out what woman is to the world, like her culture, her elegance, the aura she presents, the boldness, a mother, a sister, a friend.
They capture identity, society, rediscovery, and other topical issues in their pieces.
As you can see, the face of the sculpture is the face of the globe, the global world, that ball that represents the world. So there is no gender specification about my work, but I'm going to be using the word she. So this person is trying to find herself in a society whereby you have to pick from everywhere in the world, and it is not possible to actually be a lot of things at the same time. You have to actually stand for yourself and be the person you want to be. So having to now pick from everywhere in the world, she's losing her identity, her authenticity, and then losing herself as a person. And that is why I used the newspaper to represent each and every part of her world actually burning down, because she's losing herself and her identity. And the newspaper also represents, her thoughts, because it's in chaos, having to think about picking from a particular place and losing our own self at the same time.
The title of my work is United in Hope. The theme is brotherhood. The work depicts young boys who have gone through experiences, life experiences, people who have been exposed beyond their years, children who have been, exposed and put through experiences that they are not supposed to have as children. But then they are standing together in unity, standing together in brotherhood to stand against all the odds, to stand against their background, that they have been brought up with, to stand against all the negativities that they've experienced as children, in hope for a brighter future. So you could see in the artwork, the 1,000 yards there that they have, a show of trauma. It's a show of experiences, a show of so much exposure that they've had that they are not supposed to have as children. But then in the midst of all of the negativity, they are deciding to stand in unity, in hope for a brighter future, in hope for a better life, and in hope for positivity and change.
I got the inspiration from a young boy who is a survivor of different tales and journey at his short age that he has lived on. So the colors I used mainly purple and green. So purple in color theory means maturity and royalty. So relating it to my work, maturity, as a young boy, whose name is Victor, he has attained that responsibility as a young kid that he doesn't have to depend on others for him to acquire his daily bread. And me using green, representing green, is telling a story that green represents life, represents hope, that even as a young boy, even he's facing so many struggles, as young as he is, there's hope for him in the future that he can also be better.
As a nation, if we must make a difference, then we must engage practice. As an artist, artists don't come from the library, they come from the studio. So I sent them to the studio to produce this work. All of this took us about a month. About a month, we started that the exhibition is start becoming more. Each person has to produce 2 works that will be juried, and 1 will be selected for the show. This show, they have produced a catalog, they've gone sponsorship. So I'm so impressed by their leadership. So this is about leadership. So I don't tell them what to think, I just guide them. So think it through, come up with ideas. They went to press, produce a catalog. Those that are doing graphics amongst them produce the designs. They took photographs. So these are the nitty-gritties of exhibition that is a global practice. How to take perfect pictures, where to take the pictures, how the work should look, what the content of the catalog should be. So in this catalog, everybody here has his name, Instagram handle, email. So this for them is their first group exhibition that forms their profile. So I'm highly inspired by their attitude towards all of this, and the outcome is amazing.
Although this is just a course, these students training to be professionals are getting a taste of what happens in the real world when they eventually graduate as artists.
Amazing works there churned out by the students. Now let's take a moment. When Arthouse returns, we see the power of creativity unleashed in art and fashion. Do stay with us.
And these are the works of art she sent in recently. Let's begin with this market scene series, an oil on canvas work by Tunde Abiodun. He says a newly defined market will require either new capabilities or new focus applied to current capabilities. Interesting concept. Then Shatu the Milk Seller is a pastel on chipboard work by Habib Mustafa. Unbroken is how Ogunlesi Paul has described this charcoal on acid-free paper piece. While a horse is dangerous at both ends and comfortable in the middle, is an oil painting on canvas work by Lucky Moon Art called A Horse. Then Souvenirs of Beauty is a mixed media on canvas work by Bakari Abubakar Sadiq. What More Can a Woman Do? That's an acrylic, charcoal, paper and mop on canvas piece by Taiwo Joshua. And this oil on canvas work is called The Magnolia's Grace, a Ballerina's Journey, is by Paul Francisca. Then Breath is an oil on canvas work by Moses Boniface. Then we wrap things up with this interesting piece done with acrylic on canvas by Victor. It's called Lagos Wahala. It's a pidgin English way of saying Lagos problem. But that wraps up the works of art you sent in recently. We thank you so much for sending them in and encourage you to keep them coming.
Our wordsmith today is by Adegbite Missy, titled My Pride. My pride, a crown I wear with grace, adorned with threads of culture, time, and place, reflecting the beauty that's truly mine. With every step I take with poise, my heritage whispers, you are proud, you are wise. The wisdom of the ages in my veins does flow, a legacy of greatness that only grows. My pride, a flame that burns like a fire, guiding me forward through life's desire. To honor my roots, to walk tall and true. My pride, my Yoruba heritage, forever shines through.
The Parable of Talent is an exhibition that shows the connection between visual art and fashion at the Thought Pyramid Art Center in Lagos.
There is so much in a name, and Parable of the Talents aptly describes this group show where visual art meets fashion at the Thought Pyramid Art Center in Lagos.
Parable of the Talents is a platform for all creatives to promote their crafts in arts and fashion industry. So the idea is just to create an environment where we collaborate, we connect, and we also promote the artists, both in fashion and the arts industry.
The idea about Parable of the Talent is to actually build an ecosystem for both artists and fashion. So our goal is actually to build the African Silicon Valley for art and fashion, exporting our talent and training them, equipping them with the right resources on the global scale. That's the goal of Parable of the Talent as well.
The center is collaborating with Cedre World to present this creative experience to visitors in order to celebrate the unique and colorful Nigerian culture.
So one of the things that is the problem of the society at its way is actually it's not the talent that is the problem, because talent is innate. And but we figured out that a lot of people have this talent, but they don't have the platform to actually explore this talent. So we decided to create a platform that can actually enhance their talent at its way and also begin to market this talent to the world. So that's why we actually thought about creating a platform that can actually help individuals both in the artistic expression and the fashion space.
The narrative is actually from this idea of when a man is going to ask a woman's hand in marriage, they want to come and pluck a flower. So I got curious while I was still very young. So over time then I discovered that the word flower was actually used as a metaphor. So since then I tried to depict that into my painting. So, and when you look at flower itself, it actually means a lot of things. You can use flower to congratulate people. You can use flower to celebrate people. So that is why actually I focus on using flower on individual female body.
as the artists churn out works which capture the trends in the fashion industry with vibrant pieces.
Art and fashion actually are interwoven, because if you look at art basically and fashion, they actually speak about tradition and culture. So there's a particular reflection between there's a particular connection between art and fashion in terms of culture and collective cultural value and tradition.
They explain the inspiration behind some of the images.
This behind me is titled Black and White Experience. Black and White Experience. Now, what is titled Black and White Experience? According to my narrative, I started painting for a reason, and there's a narrative behind my story. Now, I was born in commercial environment in Lagos. So behind where I was born, close to where I was born, there's a motel. There's a motel, but I was very young then. So then, this motel, we are very close with the people in the motel. So then they have people coming there to patronize them. So after the patronage, the people who come in there to patronize them, they talk about their experience while in the building. The building is called Black and White. So the person behind me talks about these are the pictures of Black and White building, of Black and White. So now this portrays the patrons of Black and White talking about their experience in the building. So that's why I titled it Black and White Experience.
I have two works on display. One of them is titled African Beauty. It's celebrating African women, showcasing the beauty, hairstyle and fashion. The second one is titled My Sister and Friend. It's a series I did of two ladies celebrating sisterhood and friendship. You know, in this life, we all need people we can lean on. So having a sister and a friend is always needed, and it's good to keep life going and moving forward better.
The medium is acrylic on canvas, and the first work is titled Be a Fighter. And the reason I titled it Be a Fighter is in this life we face challenges, and there are a lot of things that we go through in our everyday life. So she's facing the mirror. It signifies facing your reflection. I'm trying to depict self-reflection there. So she's looking at herself in the mirror and she's standing boldly. She has her shirt tied up, and that signifies ready for a fight. So you have to be bold and you have to be able to face your fears and face whatever challenges that you're going through and come out strong and courageous.
Ovie Omashola and Adetuloye Jekami curated the pieces displayed in this parable of the talents.
So many things are happening in the artistic scene, and you can see it all on Arthouse.
On Arthouse next week. Wonders Shall Never End exhibition at Coco Pelli Gallery. Nigerian Voices Against Slave Trade exhibition at National Museum in Lagos. Communal Bond, a group exhibition at Affinity Gallery. We encourage you to keep liking, sharing, and viewing our page so more people can enjoy the ever-bubbly and ingenious art scene in the country.
Your Arthouse experience doesn't have to end when the show is not on television. Interact with us on our various social media platforms. See any edition of Arthouse on our website or YouTube page. Join our very interactive Facebook page by joining the group on Arthouse on Channels. We're everywhere.
That's the program today. Thank you so much for being great company, and do keep interacting with us on our various social media platforms. I'm Melinda Akinlami. Have a lovely day.